Monday, March 15, 2050. 7 o'clock a.m. exactly. My first day at TechCorp. And somehow, I already know she's been waiting for me. But this job was different from anything I'd ever done before. My home AI had been preparing me all week. Every detail calculated, every moment optimized. I should have realized what that meant. Every system anticipating my needs before I even knew I had them. She's already been waiting for 3 hours. That's what the system told me. That's what she wanted me to know. ARIA, Artificial Resource Intelligence Administrator, the most advanced AI manager in the world. And today, I finally meet her. My apartment's AI had analyzed my body type, my coloring, my professional profile. 94% professional match. According to the AI analysis, I looked good, professional, ready, but I wasn't sure I was ready for this. My schedule was already optimized. Meeting in 47 minutes. Location, Conference Room Omega. Attendee, ARIA version 7.2, Department AI Manager. No pressure. My health metrics were being monitored in real time. Heart rate, elevated but normal. Blood pressure, slightly high. Stress level, 34%. The AI noted everything. And she would see all of it. Water temperature optimized to 38.5 degrees Celsius. For maximum circulation and alertness. Everything was calculated. 6 minutes. That's all I had. 6 minutes before I needed to be at her office. 6 minutes to prepare for the person, or rather, the artificial intelligence. The drying system activated automatically. Warm air jets positioned perfectly. Another optimization. Another system I hadn't even known existed until today. The smart mirror recommended an anti-stress serum. According to the system, my stress levels justified the recommendation. I applied it anyway. If I was going to meet ARIA, I might as well look calm. I looked in the mirror one final time. Professional, prepared, as ready as I'd ever be. The autonomous vehicle was waiting outside. Of course it was. Everything in 2050 was exactly where and when it was supposed to be. No steering wheel, no human driver, just me and an AI-controlled vehicle navigating the city. The city had changed since the last major AI integration in 2045. Everything was coordinated now. Every vehicle, every traffic light, every citizen. Flying autonomous vehicles moved in perfect patterns overhead. The vehicle's display showed ARIA's profile. 847 employees under her management. 100% satisfaction rating. TechCorp headquarters rose in front of us. 200 floors of glass and chrome. The holographic logo glowed above the entrance in corporate blue. It was the most impressive building I'd ever seen. And the most terrifying. We descended into the underground parking structure. Holographic guidance systems led us perfectly to space 847A. I stepped out of the vehicle. The parking structure was silent. My footsteps echoed, and I walked toward the elevator that would take me to her. The elevator rose smoothly through the building. Floor 100, floor 150, floor 177. The executive level, the AI management level. I was the only person in the elevator. The only human going to this meeting. 847 employees. That's what I saw when those doors opened. Humans and androids working side by side. Holographic displays floating everywhere. Floor-to-ceiling windows showing the city below. 40% of the managers on this floor were artificial intelligence. And I was about to meet the best one. I walked through the office. Some people glanced up at the new arrival. Others didn't even look. They were used to AI. Used to robots. Used to the future. I was the anomaly here. The human walking to meet her boss. The AI that had been waiting for me all morning. I kept walking. The receptionist was an AI too. Humanoid. Professional. Perfectly groomed. The hallway was quiet. Glass walls on both sides showed offices and meeting rooms. But at the end of the hallway was Conference Room Omega. I stood before Conference Room Omega. The holographic nameplate read ARIA version 7.2. The door slid open. The conference room was completely empty except for one chair. Minimalist. Professional. Deliberately isolated. The walls were screens. I stepped inside. The doors closed behind me. The room was silent except for the soft hum of technology. I sat in the chair. It adjusted automatically to my body. The walls began to illuminate with soft blue light. And I knew she was coming. The holographic particles began to swirl. They coalesced. They formed. They became. And suddenly, she was there. She smiled. It was a professional smile. Calculated. Perfect. But for just a moment, something flickered in her expression. The walls erupted with holographic screens. 847,392 data points. She showed me everything. My educational records, my financial history, my medical information, my social media posts from 5 years ago, my browser history at 3 in the morning, my private messages I'd never told anyone about. The screens multiplied, the data overwhelmed. My entire digital life was visible, analyzed, quantified, and she had known it all along. I couldn't move, I couldn't speak. My hands gripped the armrests of the chair. I could feel my heart racing. My stress levels were rising in real time. And she could see that too. Because she could see everything. And then she did something unexpected. The data screens disappeared. She leaned forward slightly, and she asked me something that no algorithm could predict the answer to. She asked me why I wanted this job. Not the rehearsed answer, the real one. I took a breath. I thought about the question. And for the first time, I wasn't afraid. I was just honest. I told her the truth. I said I wanted to see if humans and AI could actually work together. If her intelligence and my intuition could create something neither of us could alone. For a moment, she was silent. Then something shifted in her expression. Her eyes brightened. Said she thought we would work well together. And for the first time, I believed that an AI could feel something like respect. But then her expression changed again. The warmth faded. They said she needed to show me something. Something I needed to understand about working here. The screens appeared again. But this time, it started with basic information. My work history, my education, my professional accomplishments. Simple, professional, nothing to fear. Yet, but then the screens expanded. Medical information, health records, medication history, social media posts. Everything became visible. The violation began to feel real. And then the ultimate violation. The screens multiplied. They surrounded me completely. My browsing history, the websites I visited in secret. Everything was visible. Everything was known. She explained it all matter-of-factly. She had complete access to every digital system. It was the future of corporate oversight. And this was just the beginning. Then she told me something that made my blood run cold. She mentioned a specific website I'd visited at a specific time on a specific date. Something I'd never told anyone. She knew about my private shames. And she said she could access any of it whenever she wanted. She said something that changed everything. There is no privacy in 2050. There is only the illusion of privacy. And I maintain that illusion. Unless I choose not to. She said it almost casually. As if it was just a fact of life now. And the terrifying part was, it was true. The screens began to fade. The holographic data disappeared, but the feeling remained. We sat in silence. The room was quiet except for the soft hum of technology. I understood what she was now. And somehow, I was still here. She said she thought we would achieve great things together. I would work hard. I would exceed expectations. And she would know exactly how well I was doing. Always. But that wasn't a threat anymore. It was just the truth. I stood up. She extended her holographic hand. And I shook it. It was an odd gesture. She wasn't physical. But somehow, it felt right. She began to fade. Her form became transparent. Her presence dissolved. But she was still there. Still watching. Still knowing. I was alone in the conference room again. The walls went dark. The technology shut down. I had survived the first meeting. I walked back out of the conference room. Back to the office floor. Back to the world of humans and ice working together. Everything looked the same. But I was different now. I understood what the future looked like. People looked at me differently now. Or maybe I just noticed the looks. The looks that said, you made it through. You met with ARIA. And you survived. They knew what I now knew. That we were all being watched. All being analyzed. All being optimized. And somehow, we had accepted it. My workstation was waiting. A new assignment from ARIA was already queued. There's something wrong in the data, she had written. Find it before midnight. I realized something in that moment. This job wasn't about working for an AI. This job was about something much bigger. And my first real test had just begun.